Good morning, everybody. The Rev here. Time for a cup of coffee with Jesus. Glad you could tune in today. Thanks for stopping by. Good coffee again this morning. Man, it's good coffee. It's not so cold out today. It's nice out. Can't see my breath out in my shop today. That's a plus. Well, today, I was laying in bed last night and I was like, Lord, will you have me speak on tomorrow? As I close out the day, I tend to just think about things that happened over the day, just kind of do a recount of the day. Think about tomorrow, the next day I have the things to do. I just kind of do a quick rundown through my mind. That's just me. Live a day in my mind. Whew. But this morning I got up and it was about faith. And Hebrews 11 is called the chapter of faith. That's if you read it, it gives all the examples of faith. But it says in Hebrews 1, or Hebrews 11:1, it says, "Now faith is the assurance, the confirmation, the title deed of the things we hope for, being the proof of the things we do not see and the conviction of their reality, faith perceiving as real fact what is not revealed to our senses. For by faith, trust, and the holy fervor born of faith, the men of old had divine testimony borne to them and obtained a good report." And then it goes on down, it says the faith is the understanding of the worlds, and then it goes on about the faith of Abel and the faith of Enoch, and it continues on down in Noah. But between all of those is one chapter or one verse in there, verse 6 of Hebrews 11. It sandwiched in between all the stories of faith. It's just sandwiched in there. It says, "But without faith it is impossible to please and be satisfactory to him. For whoever would come near to God must necessarily believe that God exists and that he is a rewarder of those who earnestly and diligently seek him." In the middle of all of that, it gives the definition of faith in the beginning, starts giving stories of faith like Abel and of Enoch, and then it goes on to Noah, and it continues on down there. But in the middle of all of it, it says that he is a rewarder of those who earnestly and diligently seek him out. You can't deny that. I mean, faith is a hard one to describe to somebody that's not a born-again believer. If you're not a born-again believer, faith just seems like something you hear like, oh, I have the faith. But it's deeper than that. It's a conviction. It says that up in verse 2, it says, For by faith, trust, and holy fervor born of faith, the men of old had divine testimony born to them and obtained a good report. They had a good testimony. The faith is an assurance, a confirmation, the title deed. I love that. This is out of the Amplified Classic this morning. You know, I've had to stand in faith many times in my life where you just have to trust in the Lord. And it's not easy if you're a person that likes to do stuff for themselves. If you like to do stuff for yourself, standing in faith isn't always easy, but it gives the example over and over through chapter 11. But like I said, in the middle of it all, and he says, and he's a rewarder of those who earnestly and diligently seek him. Because my God is a rewarder. And there is always a reward for standing in faith for what the Lord puts in your heart. There is always a reward. It might seem like a sacrifice in the midst of it, but there's always a greater reward. The word even says there's even a more excellent way. There's always a more excellent way in Jesus. You know, I think about, I see these old greats of faith in the chapter of faith here in Hebrews 11, and they just amaze me. The stories that they have, their testimonies. But their testimonies of their great faith are my testimonies because they're all testimonies of the diligence of our Father to reward those who seek after him. You go down through the whole chapter and it's just It's pretty amazing. It's a pretty amazing chapter. But I just love that without faith, it's impossible to please him. It says in the word that everybody's given a measure of faith. So you have a measure to please him. Some people's faith, I believe, is just a little bit greater than others. Some of it because they exercise it, and it's like a muscle that they continually exercise. You see the muscle-bound dudes in the gym? Guess what? They're not just born that way. They might have had a little bit more natural propensity to gain muscle faster and to have them be bigger. But you know what? They're diligent to go to the gym almost every day to work on those muscles, and they increase. So when I think about faith and I think about the exercising of faith, I just think it's just compared to the gym. And that it being in the gym, if you're not in the gym and you're not working out on a regular basis, guess what? You're not going to have the body of somebody who spends a lot of time in the gym. You just won't. If you don't exercise your faith muscle, you're not going to be like some of these greats in the chapter of faith. You just won't. And why won't you? Because you haven't exercised it. But everybody given a measure of faith has the ability to start somewhere and to go. So think of yourself as like, if it's getting ready to be January 1 and a whole bunch of people are going to be making a New Year's resolution that I'm going to start going to the gym again. Maybe your New Year's resolution ought to be not to go to the gym. That's a good thing. Plus, get me on this. It is a good thing to go to the gym and to exercise. But it's even a better thing, a more excellent way to make a New Year's resolution that I'm going to spend more time in the Word, increasing my faith muscles. That's all I got today. You know, I'm speaking to myself just as much as you. Because everybody needs to exercise their faith muscles. Hope you guys have a great day, especially knowing that Jesus loves you, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Go take on a great day exercising your faith muscles. See you soon. Goodbye.